Get ready. It's time for a well-deserved break, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from the KDKA TV studios. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
Yeah. Just a couple of cool cats with their glasses on.
You know, future's so bright, you gotta wear shades, right?
National Sunglasses Day, that's why.
Clearly. We wear, we
wear
wear
them
sunglasses in the studio all the time, right?
I love your glasses.
Thank you.
Those are so fun. I love the mirrored look. I feel like that's really in right now.
It is, and even though sometimes when you put your fingers on it, it gets all the nasty...
Smudged.
Yeah, but that's all right, you know?
Frankie's really into blenders right now.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Everybody loves blenders.
Oh, is that the brand name?
Yeah, I guess it's the brand. Do you know about blenders? Ron's busy. He can't.
He's like, I don't care. I have like 100 pairs of sunglasses. It's like my favorite accessory, yeah, because I have to have like one for each color, you know?
Now, are you like a gas station sunglasses kind of gal? Like
both.
Yeah. You so like a nice pair?
Yes. So when I went to Paris, I had to get like Dior sunglasses and, you know, whatever. These are, I think, Diff, which is a reasonable brand. And then I have some that I got from Walmart for like, you know, $5. So it just depends on if they're cute or not, right?
Right. That's all. I feel like sunglasses are so hard. I think they're so hard to find the right pair of sunglasses because when it's much different than seeing glasses.
Yes. Yep.
Because you can still see. When you go into a store to try on sunglasses, you can't see anything.
Yes. It's very, because it's
dark. You're like, I don't know. Do they look good? I can't tell.
Yeah. And then you got to be careful when you go to the beach. You don't want like the wrong... you know, raccoon eye looking thing. And then also, these ones have the iPads, but I've been lately trying to avoid them because, you know,
they leave smooshes. Why does it do that? Then you have this big...
Oh, and it gets in your hair when you try to do that. So most of my pairs nowadays, except for these, of course, I saw them and I was like, they're like my favorite color. So, you know.
Is that your favorite color?
Well, it's actually more like an orchid. So these are like a purpley pink.
Oh.
I like both.
Now we know your favorite color, Daisy Jade.
It literally is orchid.
Purpley
that
pink.
is a color. Yeah.
We're all
my wedding colors, you know.
Question?
Well, I knew it was probably a shade of pink. I don't know.
I mean, for us guys, it's just pink. No, you guys are like, there's Barbie pink, there's tulip pink.
There's orchid pink.
Orchid pink.
Yeah.
Right,
orchid, which is a mix of purple and pink.
Get with it, Ron.
Shop and save pink.
Isn't that right?
Hey, you can get overwhelmed when you look at that Pantone list of all the colors. There's a lot.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right. Okay, Daisy, this is so cool. Someone who looks really good in sunglasses we know is Kevin Costner. And this is mind blown. You've had the chance to talk with a lot of celebrities, but this one I think has to take the cake.
I'm floored too because it was amazing because I was supposed to see him or interview him in person, but I was, you know, going through my honeymoon situation, so that didn't work out. Or, you know, like, because I was gone for like 3 weeks, so it was a little hard to coordinate that. But I actually did on my honeymoon attend the Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah.
He was debuting his film there internationally, and it was so funny because we're at this hotel, the Carlton, where all the, you know, ritzy celebs are. I think he might have been coming from the Chopard party, and I'm trying to get a video of him.
Is that him back there?
That's him behind his, you know,
like security team.
Yeah. So, because I'm looking like, who is that? Like,
everybody wants signature autographs.
They kind of look different, you know. And yeah, I just was amazed. And so what's so funny is I'm watching and like looking, and then like he's crossing the street in front of me, and I have this other video where it's like literally like this, where I'm like, you know, so it's his security guard instead of Kevin Costner. And I was like, Perry, you weren't filming too? He's like, why would I be filming Kevin Costner? So I actually joked with Kevin during the interview and said, I saw you at Cannes, but my husband was like, we're on our honeymoon, no business allowed. And I'm like, but it's Kevin Costner. Like,
that's not
business.
Okay, so here's a little bit of your interview. So you got to talk with him. This is so neat. And so he was talking about Horizon, an American Saga, which is his new film.
Yes, it is basically an epic Western. You know, he's like the man when it comes to Westerns, but he really just wanted to tell the story, but I mean, you got to see it. It's just in a very, very intense way. It's not like what you see in your textbooks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
well, and do we have a bit of the trailer to show too, I think, right?
I think so.
All right, let's take a look at this.
You use that much this year?
Haven't had much need of it yet.
Looks like we got ourselves a bad man right here.
Ooh. Okay, I'm trying to look it up because I'm almost certain it was so long ago. This looks like a really great movie, but I have to tell you, I think my favorite Kevin Costner movie is For the Love of the Game.
Really?
Do you know this one?
I actually don't.
Okay.
But that's why I'm surprised, because it's not like, oh, Dances with Wolves or, you know.
No. It's a rom-com, but a little bit more. Actually, I don't even know if it's a comedy. I think it's just a romantic movie, and it's one of the best.
Well, for me, it's Bodyguard. You know.
That's yours.
You know, but it was kind of crazy being a kid. You know, like I always dreamed of being on the screen or whatever, and just being able to actually talk to him. There's very few people that I get kind of like
flustered,
you know, but
he's one of them.
Kevin Costner. I mean, he is so intelligent, such a good actor. I mean, he really thinks, and you'll see from the interview, he really thinks about, you know, kind of how he wants the story portrayed.
Well,
he's just a great guy. So.
Nemacolin, speaking of celebrities, was the place to be. I had no idea any of this was happening.
Me either.
Because we're not on this list. We're not on this level.
Apparently not.
But Neil Patrick Harris was in town. He brought his whole family to Nemacolin last week. They had their big summer solstice event. And as we're seeing from his Instagram video, they did everything. Relaxed in the pool, hung out. I've been in that pool. I've been in the same pool that Neil Patrick Harris has been in now. How cool is that? I've been out on this patio before.
I feel like, because I actually knew one of the marketing directors a few years ago, and she would tell me about like, oh yeah, I have like one of the Jonas Brothers, I'm giving them a private tour. Like, I didn't realize how, you know.
Well, it's such a beautiful escape.
It really is, but just, I didn't know anybody else knew about it. And so it's just so cool to know this is in our backyard, guys. This is us, you know. Like.
So Neil Patrick Harris was there. Jimmy Fallon, Michael Bublé, Lionel Richie, and then this is the part. Teddy's telling me all about this, right?
This is crazy.
Yesterday, and then he tells me, freaking Lady Gaga performed
at Nemacolin, guys. Nemacolin.
My jaw dropped. I could not eat. Like, how did I not get the invite? I don't know. Well, I know why I didn't get the invite, but still.
But check that out. I mean, yeah, and apparently she had 5 looks. I mean, Lady Gaga, I saw her in Vegas. She's a rock star, literally. She's just so incredible. But I just can't imagine being, like, look at how cool. That's a little Nemacolin bird.
I saw Lady Gaga in concert. My friend was working in Arizona, in Phoenix, Scottsdale, and so I went out to see her. She was touring at the time, and my gosh, we were in the nosebleed seats, but it was still like the most amazing concert I've ever been to.
Yeah, she's really
incredible.
She really can sing. Actually, my friend Fallon just went to Vegas. She said she saw her recently doing this like jazzy kind of concert.
Oh yeah.
And there was a moment where she dropped the mic and just belted. Could you imagine?
Having that kind of power.
Theater people struggle with that, like being able to, you know, project out there. And I just can't even imagine. She is literally a star.
She is a
really
star.
is, but.
I found this the other day, Daisy, and you know, we've been talking a lot about age recently, and so this was a study that was recently done that looked at how Americans feel, like age-wise, and this was really looking at people over the age of 45, and listen to what they found. They said that people over the age of 45 feel 12 years older than their actual age.
That blows my mind, I have to admit. That really does.
So they surveyed different groups, obviously over 45. So we're talking baby boomers, the silent generation, and Gen X. They all felt older than their age. And I thought that was really interesting because, you know, like I think it varies on stress level.
Of course.
Right? I think that plays a big factor into it. Finances, all of that stuff.
Yeah, jobs, you have more responsibility,
But in like anybody over the age of 5, those 3 different generations, all of them felt older than their age.
That is very interesting.
So do you feel older than
I was going to say, so neither of us are officially there.
Yeah.
I'm getting closer.
Well, I'm
not 45 yet, but I'm the opposite. And
me too.
And maybe it's just because, I mean, I don't have kids yet, but I know a lot of parents that I speak to, like a lot of my friends, it's, you know, just that extra burden, that responsibility. They feel older, or people look at me and think, oh, well, she doesn't have kids, so she must be in her 30s or whatever. Sometimes I get 20s. I'm like, I'll take it. But I think because, you know, I like being out and about, and I still like doing the things I did whenever I was younger, like, you know, going to concerts, going to the pool.
Like socialite.
Like I don't know. And plus, I'm also married to somebody who's 9 years younger than me.
Woo!
That kind of helps, you know, little bit of a, don't want to say the word because it can be offensive, but whatever. Like, because I'll claim it, but I'm like, whatever. Point is I don't. So I'm curious. You said, yeah.
I don't feel older.
And you don't look it either, so.
I don't feel, and even with the kids, I almost feel like sometimes, I think because my kids are still young, we have to be as energetic as them.
Absolutely.
So I don't feel, but I feel like once I have teenagers or they're a little bit older, then yes, I can see that. I think that once our kids are in college, I'm gonna feel much, much older.
Yeah, well, have you ever heard of like the grandma era?
No, tell me about this. What is
like, how people are like Taylor Swift, like, oh, I'm in my,
I've heard of
my bridal era or whatever. So I have so many friends now though that joke about it. Even younger, like 20s, it's on a social, like they're in their grandma era, which just means they just want to
chill,
wear like, muumuus.
bulky sweaters.
Like, just chill at home. I don't know if COVID did something with that, like, not as many people.
Yeah.
But yeah, grandma era. I don't want to be there just yet because I know I will. I don't want to rush it.
Right. I don't know. Currently, I'm in my biscuit era, so a little different, but it's fine. Okay, we know that today is Thursday. Obviously, you do too now. Tomorrow's Friday. Make sure to submit your questions for our Friday free-for-all. Actually, Ron will be here tomorrow.
Woohoo!
So if you have any questions specific to Ron, and man, Ron, I don't know if you're going to love it or hate it, but we're getting so many questions about your engagement and wedding. People want to know your wedding colors. I don't even know.
I know. I'm like, that's pretty far ahead. Well, I'll just answer one right now because I've seen it on social. No, I am not pregnant, guys.
What?
I get that a lot. People will DM me, and I'm like, no, I have a food baby maybe that day, or maybe it's that time. I don't, whatever. But I'm just like, what? Like, I am a happily married woman now. Maybe that's why, because I used to eat like a bird, and now I actually have to eat cook dinner. And well, actually, my husband cooks dinner, so I don't even want to lie.
I will say, I have received that question after I started having kids. I started to get that question more and more, and it is so hurtful. I know that people mean well. They just they want to share in your good news,
and because everybody else is like getting having babies and Boaz, congrats. But I'm like, I'm not even married a year yet. Give me a moment. Just give me some time. I promise we'll let you know. But
there it is. It's cleared up, folks.